What is up, everybody? It's your boy Doody back again with another video, and this time we're taking a look at our boy DSP's daily wrap video after a day of, well, multiple games. That's right. Phil didn't just do 2 games, he played 3 games and did a Q and beg extension. And we got a feasting with the pig, which got very weird, where Phil was talking about Baby Yoda's green goop all over him. It got pretty nasty and pretty weird. If you want to check those videos out, they're there. Also, the return of Jeremy Hambley, the quartering. That's right, he's back. And he had his return stream, and my lord, that was such a disaster. I posted 2 Kino Casino clips from their show yesterday. It's out on my channel. They went up live this morning. If you want to watch it, it's great. It's pretty funny. One's about 25 minutes long. The other one's roughly about 17 minutes. Really good. I always try to get like the meat of their podcasts and not just post everything. Like some clippers like to do 3-4 hour segments. That's just way too long. People lose interest after a little bit. So I'm trying to be a little bit more discreet with what I'm actually posting. I was hoping for a DSP segment, but we didn't get it. But that's okay. Trust me, once the quartering drama starts dying down, there'll be more focus, of course, on our favorite locale, DSP. So let's keep going.
Good evening, everyone. DSP here, and welcome to the Daily Wrap for what was Monday, the 4th of May, 2026. And if you're wondering why I'm wearing my Gunner glasses tonight, no, I didn't bring back the goals to put on glasses, hats, and vests. Don't worry. Today, we had an unseasonably warm day. In fact, we've had a series of warm...
Yeah, okay, Phil. How is wearing Gunner glasses, how is that related to warm weather? I know how sunglasses are related to warm weather. And how are glasses related to being inside on warm weather? Okay, and we know, Phil, we know that you're saving the clothing and the Gunner glasses and the hat and the vest for your in-debt investment day on July 4th, where you're hoping to get thousands of dollars for idiots who like to watch you put on clothing like a children's entertainer, looking like a fucking Muppet. We get it, Phil. We know that this is not what you're doing. Apparently, your allergies or whatever, who the fuck knows, Jasper's cat litter, I don't know, it's affecting your eyeballs.
days here in Washington State. We're basically getting summer weather. And with the summer weather, it means I need to have my air conditioner pumping all day long. I have my fans on higher. Because of that, my eyes are all dried out from having this dry air blown on me all day. So I said, for the late stream, let's pump on those Gunner glasses and let's push forward with gameplay, which we did. All right.
Okay, Phil, honestly, brother, no one gives a shit. Honestly, man. Good Jesus. It's bad enough you're doing this video that I need to spend 30 minutes reviewing and commenting on, that you need to sit here and talk about why you're wearing Gunner glasses. People already understand why people wear Gunner glasses. You wear them especially if you sit in front of a PC monitor for a long time and you get eye strain. They're helpful for that. We get it, okay, you stupid fucking boomer. You don't have to explain everything in just minutia detail. People understand. Like 95% of the world understands why you might decide to be wearing these glasses, these yellow tinted glasses. And anyone that's watched your content understands that you wear Gunner glasses from time to time because, I don't know, the sun's a detractor and hot weather, ruins the business. I don't fucking know.
Right, so, an interesting day today, to say the least. Let's go through all of it. First off, last night, I did actually put out that new highlight video of my gameplay of catching Articuno in Pokemon Fire Red. If you didn't see the video yet, I hope that you will give it a look because, as you know, I am putting significant effort and money and time into making these videos. So far, almost 2K views in less than 24 hours. It would be great if you didn't watch the Pokemon from yesterday and you want to see a 15-minute abridged version of the hilarity and fun. If you could give it a look, give it a like, push it out, let people know that I'm making these kind of videos. It helps in general because if people keep coming back once or twice a week just to see the highlights, I think it's actually going to help the channel a lot. So I appreciate that. If you could do that for me, thank you in advance.
Phil, it is not going to help your channel out. It isn't. And I'm not being a detractor, but it isn't. I've told you for years that the slop that you throw up on your channel is just slop, and it's hurting you in the algorithm. And what Phil doesn't understand is that if he posts on average every day 7 videos that are roughly over an hour long, right? And the viewership and the watch time on it averages about 200 views per video, because that's what he averages, and about maybe 10 minutes of watch time. That kills you in the algorithm. One video a week, edited video that gets whatever 5 to 8,000 views, does nothing for your channel. And again, he doesn't understand that when the algorithm and YouTube takes a look at where his videos are and how they're performing, they look at your total channel, Phil. They look at all your videos, they average it out. They typically look at it for about a 30-day window to see how you're doing, and based on that is where you show up in the search. And he doesn't get that. He thinks because he's going to do it low effort, pump out one edited video a week, and that's going to save the bit. It's not, Phil. It means nothing. It's a drop in the bucket. Let's put it this way, Phil. You average on a week, you work 6 days a week, as you like to say. You put out on average, let's see, 1, 3, 4, you average, let's say, 6 videos a day, and that's being conservative. 6 videos a day, 6 times a week. We're talking at a minimum 36 videos that you're putting out there, and then you're putting one additional video that's edited content. Let's say 37 videos, right? If you total up all the watch time, because that's the critical thing. A lot of people think views is critical when it comes to YouTube. It's not. It's watch time. It's definitely watch time. Forget your views. It's your watch time, because based on watch time will determine how many ads you get per video and how many times you show up in the stream. That's what it is. It isn't view counts. So if you average out your 36 videos that are averaging about 200 views, and then you add that one video that's making about 5 to 8,000, it literally does nothing for your channel. It doesn't. But because you don't want to invest in an editor, you don't want to pay or learn it yourself. Editing isn't really that fucking hard, and your editor really isn't doing anything dramatic. He's basically just taking clips, putting them probably in a free editing app, and then just creating content for you. That's really it. Most phones nowadays have applications where you can fucking edit videos and have screen wipes, put sound effects, interlace content, overlay things. I mean, I have like 3 apps on my phone that do that shit. I don't need a PC, I don't need expensive software, and I'm able to do it. But you don't want to do that. You rather think this method will work. So you're spending about $50 a week for one video. That comes out to roughly about $200 a month. And I'm telling you right now, that's just not enough. It would make sense, Phil, if you actually paid an editor, put an editor on retainer, give them whatever a month, 500, 600, $1,000, or how about this, Phil? How about work on an ad-based contingency? So he gets a cut of every video he edits. So if you're doing 36 videos a week and he's editing 36 videos a week and getting you 5 to 8,000 views per video, you see how that works, Phil? You see how that translates into the algorithm? You could be making, like right now, you're at 400,000 views if you're lucky. You could be getting anywhere between like 600,000 and 700,000 views, maybe even more because of your legacy bullshit content and your newly edited videos. Then you could be making some good ad revenue, and then you could share that ad revenue with the editor. The problem is he doesn't want to share any revenue. He's just a greedy douchebag. He wants all the money for himself, And the day comes that one of his dents come by to him and make him an offer and say, I could do your edited videos for free. He will drop the person that he's paying and get it done for free, because that's just the way he is. He's just a greedy scumbag. He rather just drain all his viewers. He rather drain everyone for every nickel, every dime, and refuses to pump out a money. That's why I tell you right now that this edited content bullshit, he's gonna wage quit it. And by the way, yesterday I did announce that I was doing a little experiment. I wanted to see if I can ratio DSP's video. I took his edit, made my funny little edit, which wasn't that much. It cost me nothing, while Phil paid $50. While Phil is struggling to get 2,000 views on day 2, my video's been up one day, and I have over 5,000 views. That's right, yeah. 5,400 views. So you see, Phil, you just can't compete. But again, if you're willing to put the time, the effort, and the investment, and you pay an editor what they're worth and put them on retainer and edit all of your content, then you can make some traction in the algorithm. And maybe then you would make decent ad revenue and you wouldn't have to beg your viewers for every nickel and dime. You know, maybe, just maybe, you can live off ad revenue. I've been telling you for years that I make you know me, Phil. You know that 2 years ago I released my analytics and you saw what I made it on a slow month. Remember that video, Phil? You crashed out, you raged, you were upset, you almost had an aneurysm when you saw that I made roughly almost $6,000 in 1 month on a slow month. And that was all mostly ad revenue. 90% of it was ad revenue, and some of it was, I think, 1 or 2 streams. So you see, Phil, work smarter, not harder. Be book smart and street smart, you dunce. All right, let's keep going. I think I ranted enough about this.
Now, we started off today with an awesome DSP morning show. On the show, so much happened. Number one, I revealed that I was able to buy a Steam controller this morning. I told you exactly how I went about doing it, and then we covered some news stories, including that Sony is going to pay a big payout to people who have bought games on PlayStation Network between 2019 and 2023 for price gouging. Interesting, okay? In addition, we chilled and talked about the schedule. We talked about Saros. It was a good hour of just back and forth. It blew by. And then we jumped into the end game and finale of Dragon Quest VII Reimagined. Sadly, the game made me refight the final boss again. It absolutely made no sense because I had already gotten the achievement for beating him, but the game wasn't designed very well in the end game. We had to do it again. It took about a half an hour. And then for about an hour, we went through all of the finale epilogue content because this game has a ton of scenes at the end where you go back throughout the world. You see all the people you've helped and what happened to them by the end of the game. And you say goodbye to certain characters who are in your party. And then after all that's done and the credits roll, the game opens up for post-game content if you want to keep going. Well, no one wanted me to keep going. In fact, when I finished the game, I'm not kidding you, like one person even contributed in the hour and a half that I was playing Dragon Quest. A lot of contributions had come in during the morning show and then came to a screeching halt. Everyone is like, dude, do not do the post game. We got to say goodbye to Dragon Quest. And I said, all right, fair enough. I enjoyed the game a lot. I really did. But 3 months, I guess, is long enough to play a game. We got to move on. So Dragon Quest VII Reimagined is now considered completed. Okay. Now we had extra time. I was doing DSP Tries It today of the Mandalorian and Grogu meal from Burger King. Well, wasn't coming till like, between 3:30 and 4 p.m. Pacific time, so...
Okay, I want to stop it there. Yes, that's right. He played 2 games on the first stream. He played, what did he play? Dragon Quest VII, which he wage quit. He didn't complete the end game, that's right. I'm calling that a wage quit and made a whopping like $10 or something like that. And he was very annoyed. And then, of course, he wanted to do Q and Beg session, Q and Beg 2-hour session, but then said no thank you. So they convinced him to play the Marvel Capcom 2 fighting game for about an hour and a half. He got curb stomped. That's right. He literally got curb stomped by a master player. I'm not sure who it was. Just curb stomped him. He made an additional like $6. Didn't make any money whatsoever. He was not a happy camper. And then of course he was pissed off because he had to sit there overtime. Was there till about 7:40 and of course did Feasting with the Pig, which was pretty disgusting. He kept referencing Baby Yoda and his green goo all over him. It was disgusting. It was very PDF style. It was something that, Derek probably would have enjoyed. It was foul and disgusting, Phil. And you think you're funny because, you're talking about bodily fluids and all that. No, Phil, it's not cool, man. When a 44-year-old man like yourself, a local like yourself, who's a bit of a degenerate and known for, his weirdness, talking about bodily fluids on a baby stuffed animal isn't cool, man. It's just not. All right, you come off like a real creeper. You really do, bro. It's just disgusting. And on top of that, you eating the way you eat, it's just bad as well. Okay, so the combination, man, is pretty disgusting. I posted the video because, again, I always tell you, there's always people that like those Feasting with the Pig videos to make fun of Phil. And, I got a little bit of viewership of it. So, I mean, que sera, sera. If you like that content, okay. But it's pretty disgusting. If you do want to check it out, it's out there. Again, he's just being a fucking creeper, man. All right, let's keep going.
What I ended up doing was booting up some classic fighting games. And we ended up playing some classic fighting games for roughly, I would say, about hour and a half to 2 hours. We did some gameplay of Marvel vs. Capcom 2 and some gameplay of Hyper Street Fighter 2 Anniversary Edition. Various degrees of skill because, let me be honest, No one who really plays these games online is very good. Most people who stuck around to play them, insanely laggy connections. You know, I'm playing an Ultimate Grandmaster in Marvel 2 who literally runs away with Ryu and Mega Man. That's... What? How did you get to Ultimate Grandmaster? The guy had hundreds of thousands of points and he stunk. But anyway, yeah, there's some gameplay of that out.
Yeah, he stunk so much that you couldn't beat him. He curb stomped him, and then he got pissed off and said, all right, I'm gonna pick a real team. He proceeded to pick his mains, and then got curb stomped 3 more times, and then left, and then said, oh, he has cheap internet. That's the reason why he can beat me. Oh, this collection isn't made to play online. Just your typical lame-ass fucking excuses, but yet still got curb stomped. Got curb stomped because he sucks. Gee, and then, by the way, just to let you know, he does slide this in. He's bringing back Friday Night Fights. Yes, that's right. Apparently, Jack Rackster must have managed to save some money, and he agreed to fund the Friday Night Fights for the foreseeable future. That's right. So Jack Rackster, come on out, brother. Drop that $100 or $50. Although he's not going to be playing Street Fighter 6 because that's Jack Rackster's jam. He's going to be playing probably classic fighting games, which you already did that, Phil. You did that yesterday and it just died. It was a dud. You made no money on it. You know, but whatever. I mean, that's what happens when you wage quit all these games. You have no real other options. And then, of course, you know, you can't sit down and think for maybe an hour or two and plan out new, different content. Do something interesting. No, you got to bring out the same old fucking playbook and do the same bullshit. You tried to do the fucking Q and beg for 2 hours to chill with Phil shit, and your dents were like, no thank you. We asked you the same 20 questions every single fucking day. Why do we need to sit here for 2 hours and ask you the same 20 questions when you're just going to rage out because people want to ask you about your personal business? They want to ask you about your obese wife. They want to ask you about, you know, what room are you furnishing? Why is Kat sleeping downstairs? It has her weight gotten to the point where she can't climb up the steps? Like, those are the questions people are going to ask you. And even the dents were like, no thank you. We don't feel like doing that today. Play a video game. And you did, and it just died on a vine. No one gave a shit. No one cared. And, yeah. And then, of course, you did the Pragmata stream, which you're going to talk about now, and that was just fucking terrible. That was dead. You can't even finish the game. Again, by the way, this is the second stream where he couldn't even finish the game. So now we're going to have a third stream where he probably will finish the game, have another 2 hours left over on the stream, or an hour and a half, and then do a Chill with Phil begathon for an hour. And you see, Phil, man? Jeez Louise, man. He's just burning. Now I can see why people are getting burned out a little bit on DSP. But let's keep going.
On the channel, if you want to give it a look, give it a look. It's fun, and it's always good to play retro fighting games. I'm actually going to play them again Friday night for Friday Night Fights, and I think we'll get a significant increase in viewership then, simply because it's going to be Friday night, and people will know that it's going to happen, and also there'll be more people playing on Friday night, okay?
AKA Jack Rackster will save the business. That's right. That's what he's saying here. Whenever he brings up Street Fighter and all this bullshit, or Capcom Collection, Classic Fighters, he's talking about Jax is willing to support the stream. That's all it is. Jack Rackster seems to be the only dent supporting Street Fighter, and unless he comes out and drops his 50 or hundo, he can't hit the goal. So it'll be good. Let's see if Jack Rackster comes out to save the business. If he doesn't, then he's gonna put, of course, Street Fighter or fighting games again on hiatus. All right, folks. The video's rolling pretty long. I think I've covered everything he's gonna talk about today, which again, whatever. So, all right, peace out, everyone.